So if I have anything in particular to say, it is to live. Live a little. We are so fixated on gathering and getting, and not just that, we are so consumed with our pain, our loss, the things that we don't have, that we don't take time to appreciate the things that we have. And that is really, really telling on us as a people, as a generation. And one of the things that makes me worried for my child's generation, he's just 4 years old,
Yes.
is if this is the quality of human connection that we have right now, if this is the quality of human life that we have, what is it going to be like 50 years from now? It makes me really, really concerned. Until Genoma told me every generation will find their way.
Yes.
They always will find their way.
They will.
But in the moment, please live.
Welcome to Voices with Victoria, the series that unlocks the power of resilience. Join me and industry experts as we explore career development, human capacity, nation building, and entrepreneurship.
Hey people, it's another exciting episode of Voices with Victoria Undu. As you know, I am your host, Victoria Undu, and today, I am super excited to have with me a beautiful lady. Fun fact, I've been admiring this lady for a while now, and I've been thinking of ways to connect with her, especially since my relocation. So it's very difficult, to meet some of the people I want to connect with physically. But then I had to go through my friend and connecting with her virtually for the first time, and she was so sweet. I was like, wow, and then I met her again for the first time physically, and I just had to tell her that you're radiating joy and everything, and she has brought that joy, beauty, and smiles to the studio today. It is an honor to have here with me in another episode, sitting right here beside me, the beautiful, powerful woman, Chinaza Favour. She is an author, wholesome and mental health advocate. She's also a singer, a writer. She does a whole lot of amazing stuff. And this is somebody that I'm sure that when you listen to, it's going to provoke all of the good thoughts and provoke you to right actions. So join me as I make welcome today the powerful woman, Chinasa Favour. Hi.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi again. I'm so
My
excited to have
goodness.
you here. How are you doing?
I'm good.
How are you feeling?
I feel great.
Yeah, I can
Really.
see that.
I mean, hearing you say that you'd been admiring me for a long time. I have actually been admiring you.
Oh my God. I'm blushing.
So it's mutual. It's mutual. And you're
Thank
so
God.
beautiful. I can't stop
Thank
saying
you.
that.
Yeah, thank
Such
you
an
so
honor
much.
to be sitting here with you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Voices with Victoria. As you know, I interview people who I know are voices and institutions, and I have here with me somebody who I'm very, very sure and I know is a voice of excellence and a voice of resilience. Chinas, I would like us to go from first of all introductions, right? What's your story? Who are you? Who is Chinasa Favor?
My story is a very, very interesting one. And it
I'm
depends
here for
on
the gist.
it depends on where I want to drive at.
Okay.
But for the purpose of this conversation, I'd like to say that my story is one of, like you said, resilience,
Mm-hmm.
right? Coming from a home of 5 children. I'm the youngest.
Wow.
But then because I am the youngest, I'm usually the one that's kept with neighbors to look after while the other
Wow.
ones went
Wow.
out. So because of that, I was exposed to pedophiles
Wow.
for a long time, for years, from when I was 8 till I was 18. So, and that messed with me as a young person. But, on the outside, I was this thriving teenager. I was very active in church. I was anything you can think of as a good girl. But my mind was messed up. And I didn't have anyone to share that with. So it was just me stomaching everything that was happening to me. So that made me to, as I grew up, have resentment for men. And I didn't really realize it until I went for therapy, and then I started seeing, okay, there were some choices I made when I was little and when I was a teenager that stemmed from that resentment I had with men. And then, because I felt insecure and very vulnerable. I was just looking for a sense of security and belonging, and that made me to make certain choices, you know. So and because of that, I am so much passionate about mental health, and because many people cannot share their story, many people cannot voice what they have been through, and they go through life hitting at other people subconsciously, you know, and not even realizing that, okay, this is the reason I'm behaving this way. But when we actually take time out to reflect and retrospect, we're able to see, okay, this is why this is happening, and then we can seek healing. So mine is a journey of brokenness, but God has been able to help me put my pieces together, and I'm on this journey of helping others put their pieces together and be the best version of themselves that they can be.
Yeah. So at what point, starting from your story, at what point did you know that, oh, something is wrong? Not necessarily wrong, but, something is off, right? And you needed healing. At what point were they, were you uncomfortable with the norm and who you had become at the time?
Well, I have always known that something was wrong,
Mm,
but I didn't know how to seek help until I left my marriage. So I started going for therapy at that point. That was when I started seeing why I was making certain decisions, you know. So, and that was when I started seeking healing too. Because I didn't know, I knew I was broken, but I didn't know that healing was possible or even how I
You
could
just
go
thought it was
about
the
it.
norm, like the normal way of
Exactly.
life.
Exactly. So when I left my marriage and I started going for therapy, I started connecting the dots. And I'm so happy that I'm not healed completely. I mean, it's a
It's a
journey,
journey.
right? But I'm happy with the journey so far and how far I've come.
Amazing. Picking up from that, but I would not like to dwell so much. What advice do you have for people who probably have gone through this experience? Because I also heard, especially in this part of the world, there are lots of persons that I think they said about 7 out of 10
Mm-hmm.
of young children who have actually faced these things, and people don't even know, their parents don't know, even
Yeah.
them, they think it's just a normal thing, and they're carrying this baggage. Aside that, too, people are just carrying baggages from childhood experiences,
Mm-hmm.
trauma, and it's reflecting in their life choices.
Mm-hmm.
What advice do you have for people who are on this journey to healing?
Well, being on a journey to healing is a whole is the apex of it all, because you have to know that you're broken, and then you can seek healing, and then you can now intentionally get on the journey. But if you know that you have gone through any kind of traumatic experience, I was listening to Jay Shetty's podcast where he interviewed Oprah Winfrey. I love Oprah Winfrey, and she said that she thought trauma was something big, like a tsunami, a car accident, a stabbing, something really, really big before she could call it trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah, but she didn't know that some children, even as little as witnessing domestic violence, could be traumatized all through their lives and make certain choices because of that experience, right? So if you know that you had any experience with the opposite sex or the same sex, because even ladies molest ladies.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy
It
what I've
is.
heard in this journey that I've been on, right? So if you know that you've experienced anything of that sort, you may not really realize that it's affecting the choices you're making.
But it is.
But it is. So you need to see therapy. I was talking to a mentee of mine and I told her, you need to go for therapy. She lost her mom at a very young age. She's at 17. She's now 19 and she's depressed. She is out. I said, you need to seek therapy. She said, but I'm not mad. I said,
Wow.
do I look mad? She said, no, you don't look mad. I said, but I went for therapy. You did? I said, yes, I did. Because therapy is hugely stigmatized in this part
Yes.
of the world. I mean, why would you tell anybody to go to therapy? But we all need it. If we are not ashamed to go to the hospital when we are bodily sick, why are we ashamed to go to a therapist when we are sick in our minds? And what we don't understand is that the health of your mind largely contributes or even determines the quality of your life. So if you have experienced any sort of trauma, Even as a firstborn, I was speaking with somebody who told me, see, if you're a firstborn child, you need to go for therapy.
I'm first out of half a dozen, like I always say. My mom gave birth to 6 children, and I'm the
Wow.
first.
Wow. Because there are a lot of experiences and so
Pressure,
many pressures.
expectations.
Exactly. So you don't even realize that you're making money, but you can't even spend the money you're making because you're always thinking of others. And then you
Tax.
think you're being responsible, but you're actually denying yourself a good life. So you need to go for therapy. We all need therapy.
Yeah, I think we do.
We all do, actually. So if you've experienced any sort of trauma, seek therapy so that you can identify where you need to start healing. And then you get on that journey. Don't be too hard on yourself because if you don't, you will continue living a life that you're not that's not fulfilling for you, and you continue bleeding on others. Other people will have to take the blame for what they didn't do to you. So it's very, very
you do
important.
all of those things unconsciously. I heard somebody say, hurt people hurt other people.
Yes.
And they just do it without even knowing that they're hurting people.
Yes.
Amazing. You mentioned, just now about pressures, expectations. As young people, I'm young, you're young. In fact, you're very young and you're doing, that's just to say, you're doing an amazing thing.
Thank
I
you.
mean, how do young people manage this pressure, especially people in the thought leadership space or in any industry who are standing out, who have audacious goals and all of those things? Somehow there's a pressure to keep doing, to keep being, to keep doing. How do we manage all of these things?
Because of what I do, a lot of young people reach out to me. Ma, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm playing with my life.
Wow.
And I ask, the first question I ask is, how old are you, please? I'm 18.
Calm down, sister. Calm
are
down.
you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Yes, but it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
You're 16 and you want to conquer the world. I mean, how is that possible? How is that even a thing? How did we get here? That's a question I keep asking. How did we get here? And I think it's social media.
True.
Because you see this person doing this, and I think that is all there is to their lives.
They have a curated life on social media.
Exactly.
Looks perfect.
Exactly. So social media has brought down. So I was telling somebody before, if you are 30 and you are doing something big, it'll be really, really celebrated. If you are 40, it will be celebrated that you are young and you are doing well. As time went on, you are 30 and you're doing amazing things. You'll be celebrated. Wow. Now, it has gone down to 22.
There is Forbes 25 under 25. There is even awards for 20-year-olds.
It is crazy. So many young people are not even able to live their youth anymore because of what it's not even society that is putting these expectations on us. We are the ones putting it on ourselves because nobody has the right to impose any expectation on you. I can expect anything from you, but if you allow me, if you allow me to influence that, then you bear that burden. Anyone can say anything to us, but it holds power when we give it the power, right? So every young person, please take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time. You'll not be young forever.
Yes.
And this, I was talking to secondary school students the other time, and I told them, you will not be 16, 15 again. 18 will not be 18 again. And there are so many experiences you are losing out on right now because you are so focused on what is coming, on what can be. Can you just take some moments and just live now? Wow. Yeah, it's good to have goals. It's good to, but make sure that they're realistic. Make sure that they are also in line with your time frame. We all have different time frames. Yes. We all have different stories. We all have different backgrounds. And those people that you think are doing well on social media, because I keep saying it's social media that's putting this pressure on us. Those people that are doing well, you don't even know if they have an unseen leverage.
And we keep comparing ourselves to them.
Yes. I wish I can. You don't know if somebody is there fueling my fire for me. You have no idea.
You don't.
But I come on social media and I show you what I want you to see. So please calm down. Yeah, just be calming down like this.
Be calming down, please.
Be calming down. Very important.
Thank you. This is really, really very instructive. Now I'd like to ask, the past, the present, and future. I know that they all play a role in our journey in our lives. So how do you guide young individuals to find the right balance between learning from the past? I know that we always have to learn from the past, but then they say don't always look towards the past for a long time. How do we balance that to embracing the present and also looking forward to the future?
That's a very interesting
It
question. A
is.
very interesting
It
one.
is.
So here is the thing: the present, the future, and the past, they all comprise your story.
Mm,
We like to delete the past, live in the present, and look to the future. But what is unique about you is your story. Nobody lives the same story, lives the same experience as you. Nobody. All the good, the bad, the ugly, the nasty, the dirty,
they all come
the,
together.
all those words you don't even want to talk about, they are all part of you. They are all part of what makes you a unique being.
Yes.
So you can't delete your past. It is what determines the trajectory of your life. Yeah, people will be like, oh, your past does not determine. Actually, it is your path that will tell you where you are going. I wouldn't have been into mental health if not for what happened to me. I wouldn't be into this. I wouldn't be this passionate about mental health advocacy if not that I know what it means to be here, what it means to have experienced depression for an extended period of time, what it means to have experienced molestation and abuse over time, right? Some people that you think are doing well today, it's because of what they have been through. So don't you delete your past. You can't erase your history. It all forms you, right? And then while you are considering your past and helping and using it to help find out what you have to do with your life, don't forget to live in the moment. I'm a huge advocate for living in the moment. This is all we have right now. Yeah, you have goals, you have dreams, but I mean, you are breathing right now. What are you doing with it? Can you just take a moment and breathe? I do this a lot. When I get overwhelmed and worked up with what the future holds, I just pause and breathe
And breathe.
and be grateful that I'm living, I'm alive. And then everything will all work together.
Amazing.
And while you're also living in the present, enjoying, also remember that what you're doing today is what will play. The activities you're engaging in today is your future. The result of the things you're doing today is what is going to be your future. When we say future, today was yesterday's future, wasn't it?
Yes.
And tomorrow will be today's future too. So you have to make sure that your activities, your decisions are in line with who you want to become, right? Where you are going, and ensure that you are living a life that when you look back on, you'll be proud that you lived it.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, you do a lot. I know that you just finished the writing challenge. You're also a student. You're a youth ambassador.
Yeah.
You're an amazing mother.
Thank you.
How do you balance all of these things? You know, a lot of things are dragging for your attention, and you still show up for people. You still show up for things. Are there habits? Are there principles? Are there steps? What is it that helps you to still sort of like be present in some of these things that matter?
Well, the first is my passion.
Okay.
I'm really passionate about showing up for people. I really believe in my cause for a better world. I have this strong faith in humanity. While others are giving up on humanity, I hope to restore hope in humanity. And that is why I'm very intentional with sharing stories of kindness, both the ones I render and the ones people render to me, because it helps to solidify the fact that, okay, there are still good people in the world. Humanity is not as evil as
No
we
wonder you
paint it
step
to
into
be.
a room and we just feel that joy radiate around you.
Yes. So my passion, I'm very passionate about it. So regardless of what I have to do, I have to show up.
Yes.
When I'm sick, I have to show up. When I'm down. So what people don't know is that sometimes the things that I write are the things I wish somebody would tell me.
So it's like you're just sharing your experience. You're just sharing things as it goes.
So after writing and posting, I come back to read it for myself this time. So that's a way of showing up. But I'm showing up for others and I'm showing up for myself
yourself.
at the same time. And then I'm able to prioritize. So I understand that my life is in phases. In fact, life in general is in phases. And it's important to know what is necessary at every phase. So right now, as we're having this conversation, I'm not in school. We're on vacation.
Okay.
And if you noticed, this period I've been flying up and down, going for speaking engagements.
Yes, you have.
I had to move most of my speaking engagements to
To
this
this
period. Because I know that once school starts, man, I'm not going for a second class. My goal is a first class.
Yes.
So I hope I get that. I'm
you
trying.
will. You will.
So as much as I can, I try to plan my activities around my academics because it's very important. It's a priority for me.
Yes. Season. This is the season of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
But motherhood, there's no break from that.
Yes.
So I have to always show up for my son. But I have to, it's just knowing what's important at every point in time. Yes. So that I'm not overwhelmed or worked up with all the things that are drawing for my attention. But another one also is time management. Very, very important. Many young people don't have it these days. And I didn't have it until I saw that if you don't do this, Chinasa, you're going to break down.
Yes.
Because I was getting burnt out a lot. Because this one is drawing my attention.
A lot of things are dragging for your attention.
Seriously. So I had to sit down and strategize. Okay, from this time to this time, I have to do this. And what has helped me, this is a trick and a hack, is for every task, I am present. So if I say from this time to this time, I'm giving it to my son.
You're present in
I am present in that moment. I don't even allow anything to distract me. Like all my focus is there. And my son gets the best of me at that point. If I say, okay, from this time to this time, I'm studying. Every other thing is on do not disturb. My phone is on do not disturb.
Wow. I think I have to learn that trick.
Yes. I have to be consciously present. And that helps me because if I'm not present consciously, I find my thoughts going to other...
wandering, and then you're not giving the best.
Exactly. So presence, the gift of your presence is what you have to bring to the table every time and in every task. Yes.
Okay, so are you an introvert?
Big time.
Wow.
Big time.
Okay, so that leads me. I just needed to confirm before I ask my next question. You have such a powerful network. And, you have, like I said, a powerful network of people, whether mentors or friends or colleagues or mentees. How are you able to create that connection and maintain the connection? Because we're talking about networking. I know that networking is a huge part of growth and success. But I know that somebody here is wondering, but I'm quiet, I'm an introvert. How do I go around all of that?
Yeah.
Can you share from your experience and then strategies on how we can do that?
For me, majorly, I connect with people most because when I'm authentic.
Yes.
And I care. I care genuinely. So when someone asks me, how are you able to build this much following and this, someone says it's a cult following on Facebook.
Yes.
How are you able to build it? I said, they know that I care about them genuinely. So even when I scold them, they know it's coming from a place of genuine care. So I care about people, and it's difficult for anybody to reject affection, to reject care,
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't do it because I want to get something from you. I have many wealthy people and I've never asked for money. I just like the fact that I can connect with you beyond what people can see. When I see any powerful person, I just wonder what your life is like when nobody is watching, when the lights are off, behind the screen. What's going on? Who are you? That's the point I get to when I want to connect with people. So I'm authentic in my approach, I'm authentic in my connection, and that makes even the person to bring down their walls, and I'm able to connect deeply, with them. So when people want to connect, they just have this habit of, I want to I'm building a network of high net worth
Individual,
individuals,
just for the sake
and I
of.
want you to, they even tell me, and I want you to be part of it. I'm like, wow.
I got messages recently, WhatsApp message from this conference. So,
Yeah.
there was a group, there's a community around it, and people just send me, "Hello, my name is," they don't even know me.
Yeah.
And they just send me, "So who are you? What do you do? I want to connect
I
with you. I
want
want you to
to.
be," I don't even respond
I
because
don't.
it's not authentic.
Yeah.
You don't know me for one. So you're not connecting. You're just connecting for the sake of, because they say networking is good. You just
Exactly.
want to have people. Again, it's not about quantity. It's about the quality of this connection. So yes,
So
I
when you want to reach
understand.
out to somebody, if you liked the person,
Mm-hmm.
watch their movements, watch their carriage, watch everything about them. And when you go to take their number, let's say it's a physical event, at the end of the day, message them, tell them what you liked about them. Tell them, oh, I love the way you walked. I love the way you are dressed. I love the way you talk. Hey, it'll make them feel, and it's not even so much about what they look like physically,
Yes.
but the quality that they have that you really like, because most people are used to physical compliments.
Yes.
But when you compliment their attributes and their qualities, they connect more.
More.
This is something that many people don't pay attention to. So you connect genuinely, be interested, genuinely interested in the person you want to connect with. And I mean, it'll flow naturally.
Yes, naturally, it's real.
I hate inorganic and fake connections.
True.
If it's not real and genuine, you will not see me.
True.
You will not see me there. So
True.
yeah, when you want to connect with someone, be genuinely interested, and that's the best strategy I can say.
Amazing.
Right? And if it's a speaker or someone that you don't really have that much access to, if they're speaking, pay attention.
Exactly.
Pay attention so that when you get back to their DMs, you tell them,
You make reference.
They'll be like, okay, this person was paying attention. And be someone of value now.
Yes, exactly.
Because when you send me a message, I'm going to check you out.
Of course.
On social media. And if you're not, if it's only shares that I see on your
Or you're
profile,
ranting.
or you're ranting,
Only.
or you're hosting crusades, tagging somebody and 99 others. If I accept, you also start hosting
tagging
crusades
and-
with
and-
me too. I'm not going to do that.
You're not
So
cut
yeah,
out for
be someone
that.
of value. Everyone wants to connect with someone of value too. So
Amazing.
yeah, that's basically
Amazing.
it.
We've had such an empowering conversation.
I agree.
Calm, simple, straight to the point, but it has a depth to the conversation that I enjoy. Thank you so much. But before we go, I would like you to share with us final words. We want to soak out as much as we can soak out before we leave here. So just pour on us, talk to us, talk to the audience, those of us listening here. And yeah.
Okay, so if I have anything in particular to say, it is to live. Live a little. We are so fixated on gathering and getting, and not just that, we are so consumed with our pain, our loss, the things that we don't have, that we don't take time to appreciate the things that we have. And that is really, really telling on us as a people, as a generation. And one of the things that makes me worried for my child's generation, he's just 4 years old,
Yes.
is if this is the quality of human connection that we have right now, if this is the quality of human life that we have, what is it going to be like 50 years from now? It makes me really, really concerned. Until Genoma told me every generation will find their way.
Yes.
They always will find their way.
They will.
But in the moment, please live. One of the best pieces of advice I got from an elderly person was, most of the things I was worried about, somehow they got sorted out.
Yes.
I almost killed myself for some of them, but I'm 97 and I see how stupid it was of me to be consumed so much. Right? So take a moment to appreciate the good people in your life. Take a moment to appreciate your journey so far. Don't be so fixated on the future that you don't
now lose track of where you are.
You don't
now.
live now. And don't be so fixated on the people who hurt you yesterday that you don't even give yourself the ability or the chance or the permission to be happy now. I mean, those people are going to be fine last life. In fact, they are fine.
They are.
They are. But you've given them the power and what they have done, the power to decide and determine your emotional state. It shouldn't be like that. So take your time, forgive the people that need to be forgiven, even without their consent or without them asking, and leave. You deserve it, right? You deserve to live. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to love and be loved.
Yes.
That is very. I love love.
Yeah.
I love.
You love love. That's
Love.
true. That's
Yes.
true. I love love as
But
well.
if we don't really step in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
I take meditation seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, because it helps me to look at my life,
Mm-hmm.
know how far I've come, what's going on in my life, and what can be. And then it helps me to have genuine gratitude, this deep appreciation for the quality of life I have right now, the fact that I have peace, the fact that I love people, the fact that I have my son. Because it's easy for me to get consumed with
What you don't
all that
have.
I don't have, all I wish I could have, and the fact that maybe I'm not married. You know, there are so many negatives.
Yes.
But I give myself the grace to live.
Wow.
So if you're watching, give yourself the permission to live, the grace to live, to be happy. Right? Nothing else has the power to decide your happiness and state of mind. You are your own architect, and your story can be rewritten.
Yes.
Yes. Our stories are not cast in stone.
Yes.
If you don't like the way it has been going, you have the pen in your hand to rewrite it. Right?
This has been, it seems like a therapy section. I don't know how to feel, but I'm so happy that had this conversation with you. I'm so happy that you came on board
I'm
Voices.
happy that I came.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you.
And yes, I look forward to having you on this couch again some other time, maybe in season 2. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, what a therapy session. Thank you all for staying tuned up to this time. Please do want to follow our guests, Chinaza Favour, everywhere on her social media handles, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. And you're sure going to get value from everything she puts out. Until next time, do want to stay well. This is Voices with Victoria Undu. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching Voices with Victoria. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. Cheers!